Oh, what's up? It's Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist, and it is my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's how you know it's some bullshit. We're gonna talk about Young Thug today. And I want y'all to know I don't talk about celebrities often. I will talk about them because they're relevant. We know things that happen to them. They're in the media, and a lot of things that happen to them is like a testimony. It's like a story that we all can learn from. So it's so much easier to use celebrities as an example, which is why the last few videos you see I've talked about Nicki Minaj, I talked about um what's his name, Snoop Dogg. It's just relevant to a lot of things that's happening. So, Young Thug, okay. Now, so some people, this is not a big deal. To people like myself, who is born and raised in Atlanta, who I am a fan of Thug's even music. Okay, I have a lot to. I don't want to say I have a lot to say because I don't have a lot to say, but I got some things to say when it comes to just this whole situation in general. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm one of the people who cared enough about them leaking that man phone call, so I didn't listen to really none of them. I might have heard clips here and there from other people's videos, but I have not gone out my way to listen to not one complete phone call because to be frank, I don't give a fuck. I will tell you from personal experience, I have dated men who have been not in prison but in jail. And it is something about when men get locked up that they turn into the mouthiest bitches of the in the world. They start talking about everything. They start telling lies. They just have this fantasy because they have nothing else to do when they are in there but to think about shit. And the thing is, they're not a lot of men are not smart enough that when they think about certain things, they don't know how to have long term think thoughts about that. That's what women do. We think long term. Men are very much so in the moment a lot of the time. And the issue is when they are in the moment, they say things that later on down the line, they be like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that because I wasn't thinking long term. It was just for right now. That's how I feel." Right? Men are very in the moment. So when it comes to the whole thug being a little blabbermouth while he's in jail in prison, I'm not surprised. Not even a little bit. Not even a smidge. Am I surprised? Okay. Thug does. First of all, I am 36 years old. Okay, I've been dating since I was a teenager. We'll say about 16. So that's 20 years under my belt. So you can imagine, right? In 20 years, and this doesn't mean I had sex with all of them, but in 20 years, I've dated a lot of men. So I've been around a lot of different men, even just in friendships. So men are like Thug. So for us to try to act like what we heard him pillow talking, him talking about his friends behind their backs. Men do that all the fucking time. It's the problem is y'all think that only women do it. Men do it all. Say it a million times. Men do it all the time. I am one of those women that I can get men to open up to me. I've had men pillow talk me. Almost every man I've dealt with in an intimate setting has pillow talked me. I know things that probably other people don't know about some men. I know things that they won't tell to the people that they talk to me, talking about to me. They won't tell them, but they gonna tell me. So I'm not surprised, especially with the little small clips that I heard of him and Mariah the scientist, who is his girlfriend. Of course, he's gonna pillow talk his bitch. That's what the fuck. That's what happens. I wasn't surprised. Now, people are going on saying that he low key snitched because he gave the police his phone number and told them to contact him. How did he snitch? Okay, like I want to know for the people who watched, how the fuck did he snitch? He would be ultimately snitching on himself. He did not snitch. He probably shouldn't have never went to the interview in the first place, right? which I do agree. We're gonna get into that interview we had with Big Bang, which I was always like, why the fuck did he go in the first place if he didn't have to go? But since he did go, the way he handled it, in my opinion, from again the small clips, because I don't watch the whole videos, they fucking too long. But from the small clips I heard, it didn't seem like he was snitching on nobody. I can't say that Thug snitch, so I don't know where y'all getting this he's a rat thing from just because he talked to the police. Oh my God, whoop-de-doo. So, despite all of that, right, when we get into this Big Bang interview that he had with Young Thug, which was it was very long, but I was at work, so I watched it over an entire 7 or 8 hour shift, and it's like maybe 3 hours. So of course I had to break it up in pieces, but it was very entertaining to say the least. Right, it kept my attention, put it like that, and a lot of what I was hearing really just reaffirmed how I view black men. Not all black men, of course. I know not all black men are like this, right? But just how I have a general view of black men because in my experience, I don't know if it's because I'm from Atlanta. Thug is from Atlanta. I mean, shit, we grew up not too far from each other. Shit, and Ghana is literally damn near from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a little older than him, me and Thug around the same age. I'm like a year older than Young Thug, so I'm older than Gunna. I didn't come up with Gunna. Okay, he's like four. I don't know how old Gunna is. I know he gotta be at least 4 years younger than me. So I didn't come up with that nigga. That would have meant that I was in high school, he was in middle school. No, we did not come up together. So I don't know if it's maybe I again, this is my experience. This is my experience. I can't even say it's just professionally. Of course, professionally, I've studied the mindsets of people, but I'm just gonna just say my experience with the general black man. I feel like Young Thug is the general black man. He's definitely the general black man of Atlanta. Shoot me, if you will, because you don't want to believe what I'm saying. He is. So, looking at this interview, like I said, it just reaffirms how I view black men. I want to start by saying the positive ways that I view black men. I think that black men are very brilliant, very talented, very entertaining, very humorous, right? Very strong, right, in their own right. I love black men above all other men. There is no other men I love more than black men, period. And it is because I love you guys, right? To any black men watching this, it's because I love y'all that I feel like I got the right to criticize whatever the fuck I want to, right? I can criticize things that I love. It doesn't take away from my love. It just means that, hey, tighten the fuck up. So, if you go and you watch his interview, I would prefer the people who watch the interview to kind of chime in if you understand where I'm coming from. But like I said, just reaffirm how I view black men, and it's this thing with black men and how y'all view manhood. I wish I could get paid the amount of times that Thug said, "I'm a man. We men. This is man shit. Man this, man that, manhood this, manhood that." It was this overemphasis out of his mouth when it comes to what men do, how men should behave, and how men should conduct themselves, and a lot of the mindset I feel like, excuse me, where he was coming from when he was speaking this was it's a street man code. It's a street nigga, really a street nigga, hood nigga code, more so than anything. And I think my problem with black men is how they view manhood. Like, because black men are so, I want to say anti-white supremacy, which all black people should be, right? But because they are so anti-white supremacy, they don't really realize that they've taken bits and pieces of the white man's standard of manhood and just flipped it into really some hood nigga shit. Because they so confused, right? Because they don't know what manhood is. And I'm gonna keep saying this, and it's gonna be in my book. I'm gonna say this over and over again because, in my opinion, as a psychologist, right, as I know how psychology works, how I know treatment, behavior, and how all of these things, the catalyst for certain behaviors, I know that black men don't understand what manhood is because their standard for manhood came from white men while they were in captivity. They lost all of that. We lost what womanhood and manhood was when they took us from our land, when they went to our land and colonized it, because even African people, right, indigenous African people still have a fucked up sometimes, depending on where they are from and their upbringing, but a lot of them still have a fucked up, whitewashed standard of manhood and womanhood also. So that being said, when it comes to Thug and his standard of what I think his standard of coming from the interview, what it sounded like his standard of manhood was, like I said, it's just hood. It's right in it's related to hood nigga shit. It's hey, don't tell, don't be a snitch. That's I think that was his number one basis as a man. You go in there and you have a responsibility not to tell on your mans. Right? That was a real big portion of what he was saying. But then there's this portion in the middle. I mean, not in the middle, especially in the beginning when Bank was asking him questions about his upbringing and the first time he felt traumatized and betrayed and all of this stuff. He really went on record to say that he had been looking for love in really basically all the wrong places, and he went to the street to go find love from street niggas, and he expected himself from these street niggas. But nigga, there is no love in the streets. I don't know what these street niggas. Let me tell you something. I ain't have to be street. I dated street niggas. I'm a hood. If by definition, like I said, I'm ghetto, right? I'm hood more so than street because I never had to be in the streets. Praise the Lord. But it's something that it's a link that these niggas don't understand that hey, you look for love in the streets because you felt like you couldn't get it at home because you poor. Your mama might have a lot of children. In his case, his mama had a lot of children. His daddy was there, but not, of course, not all the way there. Like he probably could have been. Um, it was being, like I said, being poor, a lot of kids, and just growing up in the trenches. On survival mode. Ultimately, you can't expect honor in the streets. This is what I don't understand. Niggas grew up watching Juice, and y'all will still trust these niggas in the street before you trust, say, a bitch, before you even want to be a complete father. Thug even said he spent more time with his mans them, which is Gunna and the rest of them niggas he named, than he did with his children, than he did with old lady. That's what he said. And the thing is, a lot of niggas is like that. Y'all would rather spend more time with other men who will stab you in the back any fucking chance they get, right? Men who even your old lady probably told you to watch out for. Watch out for that nigga. He a hater. You know, no, that's my man's. I've been knowing since I was yay high. Okay, have you watched Juice, nigga? Watch the movie Juice again and understand that is a real hood nigga story. A lot of y'all can't trust your own friends, but you will put the bros before the hoes. You see where I'm going with this? It's this weird standard of manhood. It's all this honor and loyalty that men have to have amongst each other, but nobody else. Nobody else. Niggas don't even want to be loyal to their own motherfucking kids. Niggas don't even want to be loyal to their own the woman who they put their whole penis in. They act like they love their penis so much. They put their penis in that woman and they still don't want to be loyal to her, but they man's them. That man, that nigga that they grew up with, that nigga that they get money with, who still might have showed some red flags, they still, You know what I'm saying? They gonna ride for him. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all, men are, and I'm gonna say this, I've been saying this and I'm gonna keep saying it. Men are not good friends to each other most of the time. Yes, women are awful friends. I can hear y'all say that too. Well, what about women? Women, yes, I know women can be awful friends, but we're better friends than men are to each other. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, a lot of times men's friendships are very surface level. Y'all not talking about deep shit most of the time. It's about the bitches you fuck, maybe the money you made, sports. That's about it. Again, this is a generalization. This is not all men. How do I know these things? Y'all got again, and like I said earlier, I have been around the block. Okay. I know a lot of people. I've met a lot of people. I'm a very social person. Even though I'm an introvert, I'm still a very social person. People flock to me, right? So I have had conversations with so many different people just in my life in general. And then when we talk about the people who I get intimate with and I date, it's not even the same type of man, but a lot of black men, they're all black though. So the common theme is a lot of them have this mindset, and I know it because they tell me or they show me. And this is why I can make this generalization. And it even extends beyond the men that I dealt with intimately. It extends to my friends and who they dealt with intimately, women who I just meet in passing. It's women, it's complete strangers who I have conversations with who tell me they are going through the exact same thing that I have been through before, right? And it's just this a common thing that we not all dating the same one man. It is a mindset that is going on that has to be nipped in the motherfucking bud in the black community. Women again are not absolved, but we are talking about how men define their own manhood because every time we get into the manhood conversation, y'all think that women can't define manhood. I'm not gonna disagree there. I don't really give a fuck. I can do whatever I want to. Y'all can say what you want to. I'm gonna define manhood my own self because even though I'm not a man, I know what a man should look like to me. So y'all can kiss my ass when it comes to that. Just like men always want to tell women, well, I know what a woman does, what a woman supposed to do to them. So I can have the same opinion. We can have the same conversation. The thing is this though, like I said, I can criticize though still. How y'all think manhood is supposed to look like? Because the manhood that y'all have, the manhood, the standards of manhood y'all have, it goes against what women really honor in men. Now, some women, of course, you got the fucking, I don't even know, like the women who just, that's all I can do. I can't, I don't even have a definition for them at the moment. Y'all just know who I'm talking about. The women who just really uphold all of the negative standards of what men should do and how they should be and how they should treat women. Those are the women I'm talking about, right? The pick me's, you can call them pick me's, but sometimes it even just be women that are, I don't just hate men. I don't know. I can't really tell you again. I told you. But there are some women who uphold it, right? So I'm not going to act like women are not a part of the issue. How in the fuck ever? When we're talking about men, when we talking about the standards of the world, it was likely set by a white man. And because black men a lot of times still hold on to the standards of manhood from white men without even knowing unconsciously, right? Subconsciously, we have to talk about how men do men things and why, again, it goes against what women honor in men. Most of us don't want no super duper tough guy that we gotta fight to get through to. We don't want a nigga who can't even realize he's hurt. Thug sat up there in that interview and Bank had to really tell him he was hurt. He didn't even know. He what he started the interview off saying was, and I knew it was cap as soon as he said it. I really be upset because God made me such a happy person that even when I'm going through stuff, I'm just happy. No, you're not. This is the shit that I talk about when it comes to men. This is the shit. Y'all can trick yourselves into believing that you happy. I've had men who were miserable and would treat themselves. I have been around men who had whole substance abuse issues, who was drinkers every day, alcoholics, literally, who was like, I'm happy. Then why do you drink every day? Why are you doing drugs every day? And I ain't talking about weed. Why, but for real, why are you doing drugs every day? Why are you drinking every day? If you so happy, what do you need to be altered for all the time? And then the thing is this, and I have this thing when it comes to happiness, real quick sidebar, even though it's still related. Nobody's happy all the time, but you can be joyful all the time. You can't always tap into joy at any time. I'm one of those people. So it's like when Thug said that, it was like I knew he was capped, but I kind of understood to an extent because even when I'm in the midst of bullshit, somehow I still can find joy, but I'm not happy. I know I'm not happy though. So I don't fake my happiness. It's just I learn how to tap into joy. And the re the reason Thug don't know the difference between them two things is because he can't even tap into his emotions because his definition of manhood is to always be tough. Because okay, so part even when Bank told him he was hurt, he was taken aback by the use of words hurt because men don't want to admit when they are hurting. That's that tough guy, that machismo, that, oh, I'm a thug for real because his name is Young Thug. That's that gangster shit. You got to be hard all the fucking time. Ain't no, oh, I'm hurt. Ain't no, I'm sad. I'm cool. I'm straight. Didn't nigga go on and tell you for hours about how he not straight. You ain't straight, nigga. You not happy. It's something in you that feel like you should be happy because you got maybe all the material shit. But that ain't got nothing to do with your heart. Ain't got nothing to do with your soul. Ain't got nothing to do with your mind. No, ain't nothing to do with that. All of those are on three different planes. Mind, body, and spirit. They all on three different planes. And they meet in the middle, which is your mind. And when shit is going on, it's fucking with your mind. This is why psychology is important. It's probably psychology is one of the most important sciences in the world. Y'all sleep on it. Because when you know how you think, that's the brain. It's the operation. It performs the operations. How you think dictates everything in your reality, at least 90%. So when your brain fucked up, when your mind fucked up, your heart gonna be fucked up. When your heart fucked up, your body gonna start being fucked up. And when heart and soul to me the same thing. So all of that shit, it coincides to go together. So when you can't even break it through into your emotional, into your soul, into your heart, when you can't even break through, you don't even know how fucked up your mind really is. That's why he didn't know. And he at the end of the interview, I give Young Thug credit because he was very accountable in the interview. He was very accountable by my definition. He didn't run away from nothing. He didn't say when he did do something, he admitted he did something. He had an explanation. And even with his explanations, they made sense to me. Even if I didn't agree, they made sense to me. Even if it was something I would not do, and that's what I mean by agree. They made sense to me. I'm like, okay. If somebody explained to the way he explained it to me, I had nothing but respect for him in that interview. Even though, again, there were some parts where I was just like, all right, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But like it makes sense, but it don't make sense because I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But it makes sense because you had a good explanation to me. And it's just so much to say about even with the leaked phone calls, him talking about the people that he hang out. Now he said that these are things that he have said to these people face, which I can't go against because if I'm the same type of person, I don't know, we are the same sign. I am a Leo. I'm not gonna say nothing behind nobody bad that I can't say that to their face or have not already said to their face. Nobody puts that type of fear in me. I don't care. Like I don't go out my way to say anything rude and nasty. My intentions are always pure, right? Even when I'm talking shit. I'm not coming from a place of malice. I'm coming from a place of either I want a good kiki, want to laugh, or I really want you to tighten the fuck up. Like I said in the early part of this video. Y'all just need to tighten up for real. Now, again, I don't have a lot to say about the phone calls. I will say a couple of things though. The whole thing with him, what he said about Glorilla. I gotta say something about this. I got to. I gotta say. Tell you something. Have y'all seen Mariah? Mariah and Glorilla could be cousins. They got that same light skin. And it's Mariah, don't get me wrong, Mariah is beautiful, but Glorilla is not ugly, right? Glorilla is just your every she, especially when she just got famous, she's just your everyday country girl, country black girl. She's not ugly. And I know for a fact a nigga like Thug done hit somebody who looked like Glorilla. He grew up in Atlanta. Okay. It's so many girls walking around here like Glorilla. So let's not do that, right? And a part of me feels like he only said that to Mariah, cause some niggas will kick some boot game to his girl to make her feel good, especially when he's been doing shit that make her feel insecure. And talking about other women to women, when men talk about another woman to another woman, some women like that. Some women they make them feel good. Me personally, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear you talk bad about another woman. Especially if you done use the girl or talk to the girl, had sex with the girl. Like don't talk bad about her because you look stupid, nigga. You fucked her. So what kind of standards you got for you to come back and say anything negative? And then even with Glorilla, that shit was so it felt unwarranted. Almost to the point where with her reaction, she said it was a man who asked her what color her eyes was. I might believe her. I might believe that Thug probably did ask her what color her eyes was. Cause just cause how unwarranted it was for him to just go out of his way and call that girl ugly. That was so out the way. That's why I'm like, did you do that to impress Mariah so she won't think that maybe you got a little cute little crush on her? You low key probably think she cute. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But that interview was very good, especially again from as an Atlanta native. There was some good questions that Big Bang asked him, especially pertaining to the whole, the whole issue with Gunna and him in the phone calls and the issue with the separation of Atlanta artists, him versus Lucci all these years. It was really good. You have to go check out the interview. Now, I will say today, I know that some more things came out about Thugger and how he talked about Drake and Future. I've not watched. I don't even know. I just saw the headline. I look. Let me tell you something. I got a life. I be busy. I don't even be on social media that often, so I don't be really in the mix that much. But what I do catch, I try to have some kind of thorough research or go down a rabbit hole. So I have not looked into what um he said about Drake. I heard him call him stupid or something. That was the first. I got him stupid or something. I don't know. But y'all, the average Atlanta nigga is thug. I'ma leave y'all with that. There's so many men that I know that act like young thug at his big age. Cause again, like I said, thug is just a year younger than me. Niggas who bros before hoes, bros for they even before they children. Cause manhood is about being around men. Man this, man that. All the nigga was talking about manhood. We men. We men. You supposed to do that. You supposed to do that. That's your problem. It's your problem. Stop thinking what people supposed to be and take them for what the fuck they are. You over here in the interview saying a few times that you saw niggas doing sucker shit and you still hung around them. Well, who is that for then? Because as soon as a motherfucker do sucker shit around me, they're going. This is why, again, like I said, I've had a lot of associates in my life. It's a lot of people who were here and they are no longer. And there is probably no more space even for them. Even though I probably do got space, there's still no space. Not for them. I got space for new people, but not the old people that fucked up. So you live and you learn, right? But black men, please get therapy. I'm sorry, y'all. I done got back into wrestling and I was watching Monday Night Raw. It's Tuesday as I'm recording this. This is the 9th of September, 2025. And yesterday, AJ Lee was on Raw. The I'm sorry, the crowd was chanting, therapy, therapy. Okay, so therapy. Black men, please go find you a black therapist. And that's my main thing with Thug. He needs therapy. He needs to learn how to sit in his emotions. He has enough awareness that the therapy would do well. Therapy is good for people who have awareness, but you just don't know how to connect the dots. It seems like he has awareness, but he can't connect the dots. Because again, as a black man who's been traumatized, being in the streets, you're gonna be traumatized. You can't being from the hood, being black, you're gonna be traumatized. Being black from the hood, you're gonna be traumatized. Being black from the hood and you be in the streets, you're gonna be overly traumatized. Go get mental health help. Take it seriously because we need to break the chains in here first. And that's the only way you can break the chains in here in your heart because a lot of people, because they are mentally in chains, their heart is also a slave to their mental blockages. And by mental blockages, whatever it is that in your mind you are blocking yourself from. You might is again, sometimes it be subconscious, but you can break through that subconscious. It just takes a lot of questioning and a lot of connecting the dots. But again, like I said, Thug got enough awareness that if he go to therapy and he has a good therapist and he really takes it serious, he got the money, he got the resources, he can go find him a reformed hood therapist, male or female. A female probably would be the best. Cause somebody really need to tell him what his mama didn't tell him. What his mama probably couldn't tell him. Cause the love that he is missing, most of the time that shit be coming from their parents. He ain't gonna admit it from his daddy, but he might be ready to admit it for his mama. So he might need a woman. Cause a lot of these men ain't. It's very easy for them to say my mama did this, my mama did that, but they act like they father are big heroes, but half the time they daddy be like hardly there, or maybe they just come and pick them up on the weekends, and that's just so important to them because everybody else around them don't got no daddy. See where I'm going? It's so deep. It's so layered. It's bigger than Thug. It's just he is the example that, again, like I said, he's the example that I'm using, but it's bigger than him. It's bigger than him. It is a spotlight on what hood life, street life is like for black people. And why, again, as a black woman, I have to deal with these type of men. I'm from Atlanta. I grew up hood. Yes, I'm not from the street. I grew up hood to a certain extent. I can't date a straight like a man who don't have a hood background because it's gonna be some things that I say, some mannerisms, the way that I act, and he's just gonna be like probably turned off and think that again because I am ghetto, right? Of course, I'm very intelligent, articulate, very high IQ, right? very educated, master's degree, shawty, and still going to school. Probably gonna end up with a doctor's, because that's how I am. Very smart, very smart, very smart. Always been smart. Always been. I was in fucking fourth grade, leaving reading on a sixth grade level, math sixth grade level, in the fourth grade, fifth grade. Always graduated with honors. Graduated number 10 in my motherfucking class. Bitch got a brain. Okay. But I not only do I have book smarts, I have street smarts, common sense, a lot of that. But a man has to be very well rounded. And I feel like a man who didn't grow up in the hood or even just like hood adjacent, he ain't gonna get me. He will never understand me. So the next best thing for me is I gotta date street niggas, but street niggas, they don't understand me neither because I want them to get the fuck out the street. Use that smart brain that I know you got, right? Because I don't think Thug is a dummy. He's very analytical. He was saying the wrong words, but that's you, vocabulary don't always mean a lack of vocabulary doesn't mean you're stupid, right? Articulate people, and I told y'all it's a lot of articulate dummies. It's some people in the world who can put some words together that sound so mwah to the average person, but don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They just know how to speak eloquently. And y'all get tricked. It throws y'all off because you're like, well, if they speak like that, it's no way they're dumb. They be dummies. Just know how to put words together. Word salad. And y'all fall right into it like some goddamn dressing. So, but with Doug, I think he's a very aware person. He's very analytical. He can see things from multiple viewpoints. From that interview, I picked that up from him. So I don't think he's a dummy by far, but I do think that he's misguided, and he has probably played the leadership role for so long that I don't think that he can't be guided because he was asking Big Bank some guidance type questions. And I could tell he looked up to him and he looked like he would listen. But the thing is, he got to be careful who he's taking the guidance from. I would listen to Big Bang if I was him, but at the same time, Big Bang he came from the same background from him as him. He's just older, so basically, what he's looking at is his future self. If I was Thug, would want to be even better than Big Bang because I want to transcend all that hood nigga shit, right? Of course, if you from the hood, you can't erase that shit. I don't give a fuck how educated I am. I'm always talk like this. I can't not talk like this. I don't know how to not talk like this, right? Yeah, I can code switch. When I'm around certain people, I can just be completely articulate, nothing but SAT words coming out my motherfucking mouth, right? No cuss words, nothing. But that's not me all the way. This is me. Where in one moment I sound like the college scholar that I am, and then the next I'm like, Charlotte, what the fuck is they talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Like I am that. I need to be able to be diverse. I need to be able to have that. So I talked about this a lot longer than I thought. Shit. I had a lot to say about that, more than I thought. Well, I'm gonna end on this note. It's nighttime. Auntie is very tired. I've been going through some changes. Nothing bad. It's just I'm staying busy and a lot of new things are coming up and it's just getting a little overwhelmed. I know y'all might see me disappear a little bit. Excuse me. I hope not. I'm gonna try not to. And I'm not disappearing again for no like mental health reasons or anything because my mental health is solid. It's just again, I'm only one person. I'm doing everything on my own when it comes to my business now. Um, this transition into a whole new career, I have a lot. And I'm writing books with an S. Books with an S. I got one book done that need to be edited and maybe some couple things added and taken out. I got another book of short stories I'm working on. I got a poetry book I'm working on. And then I have the sequel to my novel that came out last year. that I am working on. And yes, I am working on all of those things at once because creativity don't stop. I am a creative. So if you're watching this, please check out, if you got this far, just check out everything in the description box so you see what else I got going on. Again, your girl's multi-talented. I am an author, published author. I've made fiction and nonfiction books. I have journals for mental health and just overall personal development and wellness on my websites. Um, I am not coaching right now because I can't coach right now. But in the next year or so, I will be coaching again. So everything is everything. If you got this far, please like, please subscribe. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, lovely thoughts.